Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, I have a ridiculous story for you here today of a girlfriend who wanted an open relationship. And when the dude refused, when the boyfriend refused, she said that she was being suppressed by him or oppressed. Okay, this is something that happens a lot these days where women will ask for open relationships, but the real translation is they want to go out there and hook up with other dudes. They just want to have you there while they do so. They enjoy the support of having you around, whether that be because you're providing finances or something else. Usually it's finances and security. So let's jump into this story here. For context, I'm a 27-year-old male and my ex-girlfriend Sonia is 27. Her and I dated for just under a year. When we first got together, I thought we had something great. She was funny, intelligent, and we clicked almost immediately. She was open about being bi, and early on she mentioned that she was into quote-unquote more adventurous dynamics when it came to relationships. Okay, let me just pause it here. This should tell you everything you need to know, man. Absolutely everything. I'll go back to recovering TikTok videos soon, guys. But, you know, this reminds me of those TikTok videos where, like, women will jump on there and they will talk about being polyamorous, okay? And how they have open relationships and it's so successful and fantastic for them. But we all know that these things don't work very well whatsoever. You essentially don't have a relationship when you're polyamorous. And so any woman who talks about this kind of nonsense, you literally can't make them into a girlfriend or a wife, because either A, they're going to cheat on you, or B, they're going to pull some dumb crap like this where they ask you for an open relationship. So let's keep going here. He says, I'm pretty monogamous by nature, but I never judged her. We had a few conversations where I told her what I was and wasn't comfortable with. She said that she was fine with that. Looking back, I think I ignored a few small red flags because I liked her so much. He says, there were moments early on when she would say things like monogamy is a social construct, or share articles about ethical non-monogamy. I brushed it off as casual curiosity, but in hindsight, I think it was more than that. Yeah, so here's the problem. We as men, we tend to brush off this nonsense, right? We will see things like this. Women will say dumb things like this to us, and we'll be like, oh, you know, don't worry, it'll be fine. Right? She's still a monogamous person. It's totally cool. I can have a relationship with that. But the problem is you can't. This woman is having conversations with you about ethical non-monogamy. So basically it's like, this is, by the way, this is for people who want to sleep with a whole bunch of people, but they don't want to feel bad about it. So they call it ethical non-monogamy. Okay, that's all that it is, right? They put the word ethical in front of there. Even though it makes no difference whatsoever. Now, if two consenting adults want to do this, I'm not here to tell people what to do. I just think it's very damn stupid, and you shouldn't get into relationships with women that do this kind of crap. Absolutely not. If you're a dude and you're still out there actually looking to date modern day women, good luck to you. But ones like this are especially bad. You don't want to be dealing with this whatsoever. He says a few months in, he started bringing up certain fantasies, mostly involving things I can't talk about here on YouTube, open-minded social events. Eventually, he agreed to something. He didn't feel great about it, but he did it because she assured him it was purely physical and not a big deal. She was over the moon about it. At the time, he figured that maybe it would be enough for her, and spoiler, it wasn't. So what this woman's trying to do is she's trying to, you know, put him into this world of not having a monogamous relationship, and the dude is going along with it at the beginning, right? Which obviously is not a good idea. The reason why she decided to do this was because she wanted to get you warmed up to the idea of her seeing other men. That's all that this is. Like, there's no other way about it. Anyway, she became more and more engaged with online forums and communities focused on polyamory, and open relationships. I remember coming home once to find her watching a podcast episode titled something like Monogamy is Unaliving Passion. Again, I tried to be open-minded, but it made me uncomfortable. Not long after that, she started talking more about the open relationship concept, nothing direct, more like testing the waters, stuff like, wouldn't it be freeing if people could explore and still stay loyal emotionally? Eventually, she flat out told me that she wasn't feeling quote unquote fully satisfied and wanted to talk about the idea of bringing another guy into the mix. Not for a one-time thing, like actually integrating him into our relationship dynamic somehow. This is the point where after you're done, throwing up in your mouth and feeling a little bit sick at what just got suggested to you, you should immediately throw out the woman. Like, what is this? Is this third dude supposed to, are they going to have round table discussions? Are they going to live together? Is he going to be cooking them breakfast every now and then? Are they going to rotate house chores? This is so stupid, man. So damn stupid. And this is the point, if it hasn't been said already, where you have to throw away the woman altogether. So she's saying, listen, I'm not fully satisfied with you. I want another guy here. And I guarantee you, she already has another dude lined up. She already has another guy who she's thinking about. And that's the direction that she wants to go. He said, I was blindsided. This guy's so dense, man. I told her honestly that I wasn't okay with that and that I didn't sign up for a non-monogamous setup. I was respectful but firm. That's when she flipped it on me. Apparently, I was suppressing her. She told me she'd been burying a part of herself for me and that it wasn't fair that she had to keep doing it while I made no sacrifices. It was totally surreal. I'd literally just gone along with something I wasn't even fully into a couple of months earlier, and now she was acting like I was the selfish one for drawing a line. I told her she had every right to do what she wanted, but I wasn't okay with it. I tried suggesting other things we could do together to keep things exciting. None of it was good enough. I don't know why this dude is... There are some problems, right? I see a lot of these stories, these TikToks, these concerns that men have. And truthfully, a lot of guys are trying to fix things that are just straight up broken. There's no point trying to fix things. Sometimes, guys, things are beyond fixable. And let me just say, the moment a girl suggests an open relationship to you, that it's unfixable. This is not something that is supposed to be fixed. And yet we have dudes who are like, well, let me just stay in the relationship. Let me try and fix it. What if I could suggest this? Maybe we could go to counseling, and they'll go to like couples therapy or marriage therapy or whatever. And it's a complete waste of time because the woman has already broken the relationship or the marriage. It's already done and dusted, but dudes just refuse to let go. He says she kept coming back to the idea that I was being closed-minded. I even asked her if she could genuinely be happy in a monogamous relationship long term, and she hesitated. That told me everything I needed to know. After that conversation, she texted me nonstop for days. I tried to be kind and let her down easy, but the messages kept coming. She told me I was quote-unquote suppressing her identity, that she had quote-unquote given up so much for me, and that I wasn't willing to give up anything in return. She also said things like, you knew I was like this when we started dating, as if that excused pushing boundaries I had clearly set. It felt like emotional pressure disguised as vulnerability. This is like that's, the old saying, guys, where you can't turn a 304 into a housewife. Right? Because here's the thing, there is a glimmer of truth in what this woman is saying, unfortunately, which is she did show you early on what kind of person she was. She was bringing up these other relationship dynamics from the jump, right? She had these red flags here. This is something that the dude came across and that she showed to him, and yet he still decided to say, you know what, this woman is a good decision for me. Now, I will say I offer a little bit more leeway to dudes because typically dudes don't have a lot of options with women. Do you know what I'm saying? Women, on the other hand, have an incredible amount of options when it comes to dating, but dudes still have to sit there and go, is this actually worth it? And the answer is typically damn well no. And I think dudes are actually better off being alone than putting up with people like this or dealing with people like this in general. Let's continue. Eventually, I had enough. I reminded her that I had been clear from the start about my boundaries, and that just because she wanted something different didn't mean I was wrong for not wanting it too. That's when I ended it. No drama, no name calling. Just quote unquote, we want different things, and this isn't working. After the breakup, she of course tried to reach out multiple more times, as is customary when you break up with a woman. Apologies mixed with more talk about how she thought I would quote unquote eventually evolve. Yeah, guys, you know, you're oppressing me. Eventually, you'll evolve to having another dude in the relationship. It became clear that she didn't just want me to accept her choices. She wanted me to change my values to match hers. I blocked her number after the third or fourth messages, not because I hate her, but because I realized she wasn't respecting my answer. Some mutual friends reached out later, curious about what happened. I didn't go into detail, just said that we have different expectations for what a relationship should look like. A couple of them admitted that they had seen it coming. So even this dude's friends, by the way, knew that this was coming. And this is why I say a lot of guys are just blindsided. They're like, oh, you know, maybe this woman's pretty or whatever. And they think that they can just look past the glimpses of crazy that they see. But you can't, right? Because eventually the crazy will come and bite you in the ass. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.